It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets coming up next.
Greetings from just across the New York-New Jersey border in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. We are bundled up. This should be a fun one. So glad you're with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, we love watching and calling snow games, but you played weather like this. What's it like?
Oh, man, there is nothing better. Kind of brings you back to your roots of having a snow day, a day off of school, and just get all your buddies in the neighborhood and just go play outside. But in all seriousness, it actually really benefits the offense. I mean, people always are questioning the passing game and whatnot. The offense knows where they're going. It's on the defense to react, and that's where the footing and that's where the snow really has its biggest effect. I think today, for both teams, advantage offense.
Here's the veteran Greg Zerline as we are ready to start. And through the snowflakes, off we go here on EA Sports. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
Mike, I remember the first time I watched one of his college games, and I was blown away. I mean, the accuracy. That ball looks like it's jumping out of his hand. He is physically talented. He's mature. He's played a lot of football. He has overcome a lot of adversity, man. That is a formula for success in the NFL. He might have to wait a little bit to find his time, but the more opportunities he gets like here in this one, I think he has a bright future.
That's caught. Ray McLeod.
The main goal for these quarterbacks when they're facing zone defense, Mike, is to identify the soft spots quickly. You need your guys to get open and stay open all before that defense has a chance to get home with their rush. They want to tie the coverage in with the rush unit. Like you see here, when you can give good protection and your receivers can get open and find those open spots, you deliver the ball on time. There's a lot of room to operate.
And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
There's Kyle Pitts with the grab.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They're going to go play action with Penix. He finds Darnell Mooney for the catch. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Now the lefty Penix on first down. That's into the hands of Werner, the tight end.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Penix. And he's in. Ray McLeod. Touchdown, Atlanta. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg, able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Koo able to add the extra point, and the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. But let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the past. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level. And if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender.
Play fake. It's Rodgers. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it'll lead to a second down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
Rodgers on first down. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
On the option, here's Hall. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a second down and 8. They'll go again with Hall. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
First and 10. Now Rodgers. He's got his man, Devontae Adams. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll try the right side with Hall. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
I'm not sure if there's anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. And something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage?
On third down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Through the falling snow, the kick is good. And the Jets are on the board. It's 7-3.
I think apart from the wind, when you talk about kicking in the elements, Mike, I think the snow has to be the kicker's worst nightmare. It's just so hard to have the confidence that when you stick that plant foot, it's not going to give way. So give credit. That was really well done.
And Zerline comes back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one off. Ray McLeod on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense ready to get going with their second possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. We'll go play action now with Penix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
To the right, that's Pitts. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st down, it's Penix. Now he takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
2nd and a yard. And here's Bijan. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a 1st down. So after 1, it's the Falcons with the early lead. More from MetLife Stadium after this. On 1st down, right back to Robinson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, here is Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. Throw over the middle, caught by London.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
On the option, here's Robinson. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That one taken in. Ray McCloud. Touchdown Falcons. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
On is Koo for the point after. The kick is good. And the Falcons extend their advantage to 14-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Kone Wanwu now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Jets offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd. Sidestepping his way. Nifty gain of 9 there. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. On play action, Rodgers. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Rodgers now. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Nice job bouncing back there on 2nd down. 1st down, they gave up way too many yards and put them in 2nd and short. But now they can gain some of that back with that sack and brings up 3rd and medium, and the likelihood of getting off the field just went up.
Third down and 9. Off the play fake, Rodgers. That one to Corley. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Malachi Corley. Touchdown, Jets.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Greg Zuerlein now for the point after. He's got it. And the Jets are back within 4. It is 14-10. So after the touchdown at the other end, Zuerlein is out to kick this one off. Avery Williams on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Falcons offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Penix. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing is Penix. That's the tight end, Pitts. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
On 2nd down, Penix. He'll get this to Pitts once more. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Penix. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On play action, Penix. That one is caught by Mooney. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up. From the gun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And that'll set up 4th down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop. And really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Jets offense going to take over just before the half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Rodgers. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, the Jets turn it to the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Falcons are in the lead. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach, thank you. The snow continuing to fall as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. Well, this snow not abating at all. If anything, might be coming down a little bit harder as we are underway here in the third. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jets offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They will run it over center with Hall. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Big Grady Jarrett shuts it down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing, Rodgers. They'll set up the screen to Hall. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a 1st down.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Hall running right. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Hall. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down. Give up the middle with Hall. And he'll get forward for a couple. Out from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. Second down and 8. Rodgers to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
Just nowhere to go once he catches this ball. You see, he's doing everything in his power to make guys miss and break tackles. Think he ended up doing a little bit too much because he ends up going backwards.
1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. This is intercepted. That's the safety, Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
The Falcons offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
On second down, here's Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
We'll go play action now with Penix. That is downfield to the tight end, Pitts. And he's out of bounds in great shape, down at the 15-yard line. It is a big play there for the Falcons. It's a gain of 34.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So often, the only way to combat the perfect blitz call is to beat the blitz with the ball. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. He's able to find his open man and get the ball out of his hand because he holds on to that ball for 1 count longer. And most likely was going to result in a sack.
On second down, it's a run with Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting and waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
On third down, Penix. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Whose kick is good. And the Falcons will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. Find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. On the give, it's Hall. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
3rd and 9. Now Rodgers. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets. He'll punt for the 2nd time after hitting a beauty in his first effort. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll throw on 1st down with Penix. That'll be caught by McLeod. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Pitts is the man in motion. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. Short throw taken by Pitts. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
The rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
On 1st down, it's Penix. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. It is brought in the end zone. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Atlanta. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here's Coop for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Falcons move out to a 24-10 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. This throw right side is caught by Adams. 17 yards that time to number 17.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
He's got a receiver, Alan Lazard. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Again, it's Rodgers. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
A toss, left side, caught by his running back. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
Desperation time now setting here in the fourth quarter. This is where the urgency of your 2-minute offense is so critical. How many plays can you run and how fast can you run them? Because one score is not going to do it. You're going to have to score and get the ball back and end up going down and punching it in again. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was looking for Malachi Corder, and it'll be 3rd down.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Second down, goal to go. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again.
Everybody on that sideline, when you find yourself in a goal-to-go situation, you're all thinking the same thing. You're getting 6. Well, next thing you know, you've given up 2 sacks on the previous 3 plays, and I think here on 4th down, I've lost all confidence in my protection, and I think you got to settle for the 3.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll go again with Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Another run here for Robinson. And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he's able to take it up to the 30-yard line. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. And you could maybe put this one in the surprise column. They're a team certainly not accustomed to practicing in, much less playing in the snow. They had a game plan. They made it work. They're going to get out of here to warmer climates, warmed by a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.
So